Hey, how are ya? My name is Thomas, and welcome to my gaming channel, Are We NPC?
We're coming back on the air after an interruption due to technical problems.
Today marks the start of yet another beta, this time from Nexon, the developers of MapleStory. This Korean game developer has been in the spotlight recently with their DMCA of the popular indie title Dark and Darker, developed by Ironmace. While many fans of Dark and Darker quickly took to the internet to support this industry newcomer, it is still early days into the lawsuit between Nexon and Ironmace, and with the legal posturing aside, it may be the case that we never see Dark and Darker return to Steam. Whether the former Nexon employee turned project lead for Dark and Darker did steal trade secrets while working for Nexon or not, this legal battle will be drawn out in Korean courts for some time. I think many people could point to the game I'm covering today, Veiled Experts, and say, look, Nexon is just as guilty of stealing genre-defining game mechanics, but the Ironmace lawsuit isn't just about similarities between games. It's about IP protection and trade secrets employees adhered to during employment, specifically the unfair competition laws Korea has adopted. While I'd love to see Ironmace unscathed from this litigation, there is a lot of nuance involved. If you're interested in a deeper dive on the specifics, I recommend checking out Devin Nash's video covering the topic. Now, on to Veiled Experts. Nexon has a long track record of developing mobile-type games. From their UI to cross-platform, they have all the characteristics of a pretty generic developer. I haven't played any of their prior releases, as they are mostly free-to-play and microtransaction-driven. These are usually telltale signs of an unfinished product. However, the global beta test that was held last year in June showed a huge leap in Nexon's free-to-play philosophy. Veiled Experts is a tactical multiplayer shooter, reminiscent of Valorant and Rogue Company frameworks. 2 teams of 5 will face off in a plethora of game modes like Search and Destroy, a newly announced team deathmatch, and many new features that have been crowdsourced from the community during the beta test last year. In comparison to Nexon's prior games, Veiled Experts looks to be their most polished game yet, and after my experience with the game early on, I am growing more excited for whenever full release is planned. The Veiled Experts beta is taking place tomorrow, from March 30th at 12 AM Pacific to April 6th, 12 AM Pacific. The beta download is accessible on the game's Steam page as of now, and all you have to do is request access via Steam and download the beta once approved, which should be instantly. What is Veiled Experts? Well, it's a competitive tactical shooter, with strong elements of verticality and parkour, and a closing circle like we have in most battle royales, that pressure players to move and reposition in an ever-decreasing area of play. This is all done inside dynamic maps that respond to some elements of destruction. You're able to destroy cover, and most notably during Search and Destroy, bomb placement will change after a successful plant, as the explosion from the bomb will change the map's layout. This beta looks to offer 10 different characters to try out and 5 different multiplayer maps, as new content has been added since last year. In the beta trailer, we can see a new city map set at night with bright neon signs and narrow corridors. As for the new character class added, she seems to be a recon class with some cybernetic capabilities. Each class has their own special abilities and advantages and can be compared to a slightly more ambitious Rogue Company, offering more ways to play. From my first impression of the global beta last June, I have been constantly checking for dev updates, as it has been my favorite beta test yet. The movement is sleek, the gunplay is extremely fun, and feels like it could contend in a competitive esports league. While that is a huge endorsement, I'll form my final thoughts on the game during this beta test. The developers have promised a lot of quality of life improvements since last year, and I'm hoping those pay off. This includes economy balancing between rounds, something that felt a little off last June, potentially some controller support, and the addition of a ranked mode available for testing during this beta, just to name a few. If the new beta trailer piques your interest, check out Veiled Experts this week. It will be free to play at launch, and while that may be concerning to those of you, like me, who hate microtransactions, so far from early testing, the game seems to be well optimized on PC and non-pay-to-win. Hopefully that stays the case, as Korean developers have gained a reputation for heavy player spending. But so far, everything seems to be purely cosmetic. You can check out Veiled Experts starting tomorrow, and I'll see you there. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked the video, leave a thumbs up, and subscribe if you think I deserve it. I'm fairly new to YouTube, and every bit helps the channel grow. With that said, I'll catch you in the next one.